It is Wednesday morning, so it must be time for the Ask the Doc segment from our good friends from All Creatures Veterinary Center in Newhall, the 24/7 veterinary clinic, and also Canyon Country Veterinary Hospital located on Soledad Canyon right next to Regal Cinemas. Dr. Sandhu, haven't seen you in a while. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm happy to be back now.
Well, it's good. And you got Thanksgiving coming up.
Yeah.
And it is a time where a lot of pets put their big soulful eyes routine going, and also inadvertently we tend to be suckers for that and feed them things that maybe we shouldn't, right?
Yeah, definitely. We need to be careful, especially feeding bones, chocolate, raisins, grapes, things like that. People need to be careful. And if you want to give some turkey, but don't give them a lot, and stay away from any kind of fat.
Right. So don't give them the extra helpings of the mashed potatoes or the yams with the marshmallows on top, and especially letting people know, try not to feed them off the plate and things like that, because I don't think that we ever realize how many people are actually feeding our pets at the same time, right?
Yeah, that's true. Don't overload them. If you want to give, just give a lean meat, just a turkey there, a little bit of a potatoes, things like that, but stay away from spices. The pets are not used to that type of food
right
most of the time, and especially raisins.
Raisins and grapes, yeah, those are, and chocolate-covered onions. You definitely want to stay away from. But those types of things, especially dark chocolate, can be toxic to certain dogs.
It is.
And also, I don't know if you've ever experienced this or had anybody who has. I've had situations where when a lot of company comes over, I don't know if it's because the dogs are like trying to watch everybody or what, they get really, really nervous sometimes and really agitated. I mean, not aggressive, but sometimes they'll even get sick in the most inopportune times in front of everybody. Is there something is there like a doggy downer or something, even maybe over the counter or something, or what that maybe we can do to kind of keep them calm during this time, or?
It depends upon some of the pets. Yeah, they are not used to having a big family all the time around them, and they get nervous with it. There are tranquilizers in there, but if people are staying there for a while and we introduce people slowly to them and they make them feel comfortable, instead of having just a big group and bring them right way and everybody start approaching the pets. So let them be comfortable and start coming to people, and
just like anything, almost like the kids.
Just like the kids.
And that's good. And eventually they do get kind of used to them.
Used to and comfortable in the environment.
Although one of my dogs likes to suddenly think that maybe after people had a few drinks that he can get a little, he'll go up and start nipping on their knees and stuff like that. I know where he's going with that, so I got to really watch it. So I don't know exactly how to handle that, because he's fine for several hours, and all of a sudden he thinks that everybody is his. So I'm kind of still working with my little Otis on that. But he was someone that we got from someone else, so we weren't able to train him from a puppy. But that's another thing too, is when people get if it's your first holiday and you've gotten a dog maybe from a shelter or you've adopted, just understanding their behaviors and everything too, right?
And just pay attention to them. And make them comfortable around the company.
That is a good opportunity, and also keeping things also string when in holiday wrapping and stuff like that. Keeping the strings away,
especially with the cats.
With cats, we think it's really cute to do that, but when they eat them, some of those things, if they don't digest correctly, they can require surgery. Correct?
Yeah, we do see a lot of those cases when people bring gifts and those shiny strings around them. Cats, especially, they love to play with them. And then they get obstruction with that.
That's true, and it's happened. I had a cat who did that, and fortunately, it didn't require any type of medical attention, but it was not a pretty sight. So always just make sure that being especially careful around with your pets and things in the holidays, and with trees and with ornaments and things
like that.
Yeah.
Around Christmas time, when people are putting ornaments on them, make sure they're tied up pretty good so that they don't fall on the ground and they're being shiny and glittery. Pets get attracted to that.
Right. Now, also, though, just in case people do have those types of issues around the holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas, All Creatures Veterinary Center
we are open 24-hour, and they can call us anytime.
Even over the holidays. We are talking with Dr. Sandhu from All Creatures Veterinary Center. It is a 24/7 emergency hospital and also a full-service veterinary care center, as well as Canyon Country Veterinary Center, Veterinary Hospital, located on Soledad Canyon. If you're on this side of town, it is not a 24/7 operation, but still a full-service veterinary clinic for Canyon Country types and people on this side of town. We need to take a break, and we're going to come back and do some traffic. Then we're going to talk about some of the surgeries and things that you've performed that have had some great success, Dr. Sandhu. So we'll be right back after this. The time is 8:44. I'm talking with Dr. Sandhu, our Ask the Doc segment from All Creatures Veterinary Center, 24/7 veterinary clinic, full service, with great on Lyons Avenue in Newhall, and also Canyon Country Veterinary Hospital. I've gotten the tour of your Newhall facility. I mean, state-of-the-art stuff that you have that can be, so pretty much almost anything can be handled there, right, Dr. Sandhu?
Oh, yeah, we have everything. Then people don't have to commute all the way to the West LA or go for any kind of specialized surgeries, procedures. We do everything in Newhall facility now. And
that's perfect. And you were talking about some surgeries that you've performed when we were off the air. Tell me a little bit about that. Now, I want to preface, too, by saying you have actually performed some kind of groundbreaking stem cell surgeries that have really done some great work for animals, but you also do still the standard reconstructive surgeries and things like that, correct?
Yeah, I do all the orthopedic surgery, so a lot of people, they come for second opinions. We offer a free surgical consults for people. We do soft tissue surgery. Stem cell, we started 4 or 5 months back there, having a lot of great success. And the patients we have done a stem cell, now we can see effect of it and how they progress from a lot of arthritic changes, and they are getting better day by day.
So these, I know that this was I think it was last March, you performed a surgery on, I think it was a Labrador, or was it a Golden Retriever?
It was a Golden Retriever, and is doing really good.
And that's the thing, especially because it gives a second chance for your older pets who otherwise their mobility gets limited, and they're just like people. Their zest for life kind of diminishes. So as long as giving them that when they're healthy everywhere else, and giving them the opportunity to kind of get some mobility.
And also I start doing we call PRP, which is a platelet-rich plasma with my orthopedic surgeries, which is helping a lot in recovery, soft tissue injuries, things like that. And it's not expensive procedure. It's very affordable and makes a big difference in surgical outcome, and also eliminates pain and help pets.
And that's, understandably that when you talk about affordability with the service that you're giving, because I've had to bring my dog in a few months back, Buddy, I brought him in and he had an overnight stay. Yeah. And you do have some great in-house financing that actually is affordable. It works out. It can even set up with the revolving credit so that you can use that again for other procedures for your pets, right?
That's right. And most of the time we are not prepared for these type of things. It's just That's a true. Spontaneous injury or something comes up, and nobody plans that budget for our pets. Right. For trauma like this one. And whenever they need any kind of surgery and it's something a little bit expensive, we do have an in-house financing where there's no interest or nothing. People pay some, and then they can pay over a period of 3 to 6 months, and we try to help people with that.
Right, and there are great options there as well, because you are correct, and that was the thing with our dog. He'd hurt his back somehow, and it was and to try and treat him ourselves would probably not have done what spending one night at your hospital had actually done for me. He had almost an immediate rebound, which was wonderful. And as an 11-year-old dog, you get worried about that, whether or not that's something more serious. So it's always a great opportunity to consider that as an option. And you are right about that, though, that it's not always something that we think about, because dogs are going and they don't let you know they're sick until they literally almost can't move. So that's great. So the surgeries, and you talk about reconstructive surgery that you've done to kind of also corrective surgery as well for dogs and cats, correct?
Yeah, a lot of dogs, they can born with the deformities and angular deformities in their front or back legs, where they have then difficulty of walking or they develop arthritis. So there are a lot of new procedures, or it's been old procedures, but it's a lot of advancement in there. That way you can correct those and eliminate a lot of issues with them. One of the biggest thing we do a lot is cruciate surgery, anterior cruciate or cranial cruciate knee surgery. Is the most common traumatic injury in dogs, and we are very busy doing those procedures, and that's where I use my PRP to help with the meniscus, joint fluid, joint capsule, and it gives them better mobility and helps to eliminate pain.
And just also a kind of a quicker recovery, correct?
definitely speeds up recovery in those animals.
Outstanding. Dr. Sandhu from All Creatures Veterinary Center, 24/7 full-service animal care on Lyons Avenue. They're located between Newhall and Main Street in the Victorian buildings. Very easy to get to. A very nice setting as well. And my one dog buddy, he can smell a veterinary clinic from like a mile away, and you usually got to kind of drag him in. He always comes right in and like almost like ready to go upstairs and everything, just make himself at home. It really is a nice setting. It's a great location. Also, don't forget, if you're on this side of town and just during kind of a more normal business hours, Canyon Country Veterinary Hospital located on Soledad next to the Regal Cinemas. Dr. Sandhu, a pleasure as always. Wish you a happy holiday and very much success in all the stuff that you do for pets in the Santa Clarita Valley. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
All right.